All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to Art Life Live. It's Friday, and we have one painting for you today. Hopefully, it's a touching one. But first, shout out to Rah Mac watching on YouTube. Let's throw that comment on the screen, and also Amanda Bradford watching on Facebook Live. Thank you so much. Francis A says, "Hi David, you're watching on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching this. We're gonna get started very soon, but for right now, just let me know where you're tuning in from. Also, I'm picking 3 winners from my Instagram giveaway, so stay tuned." All right, so Francis A, Sacramento, California, welcome to you. We're also in Sacramento, California. Rah Mac, so we'd like to thank you for your artwork. Florida in the house, shout out to Florida. I just miss traveling anywhere in the country or the world, so can't wait to return. Shout out to Nico Estrada with the flex emoji right there. We're starting the live stream soon, so just get comfortable. And we're gonna start very soon. All right, let me check that. Abe Snowbar, what's up, man? How are you? Hope you're well. Leonard Reyes, hello to you. All right, we're gonna start this live stream. It's Friday. We're gonna honor those that we lost in September 11th. We'll talk more about that in just a bit, but let's start this live stream. Let's paint. So welcome to Art Life Live. My name is David Garibaldi. I'll be creating one painting for you today, and we'll be honoring those that we lost, but we'll never forget from September 11th. Let's start this live stream. Let's paint. All right, welcome back. Actually, welcome to everybody. This is Art Life Live. If you're new to joining us, just let me know down below in the chat. Just say new. If you're back, say I'm back. And yes, Lindsay Vierson, I agree with you. Yay. Happy Friday to you as well. You're watching on Facebook. Also, today we're going to be honoring those that we lost but we'll never forget on September 11th. I think it's been about, how many years now? It's been 19 years. I was gonna say 12 years, but I was way off. It's been about 20 years. It's been 20 years. We're gonna talk about that. I'm just gonna share what thoughts I had. I remember feeling that day as I'm creating this piece inspired by that. And then also, this is very important. I have a giveaway that we did on my Instagram, and we're gonna announce 3 winners at the end of this live stream. So stay tuned for that. It was very easy to enter. You had to go to that post, you had to follow me, tag 2 people, and enter as many times as possible. It was very, very easy, but we'll talk more about that later. Let's go to the comments in the chat right now. Francis A says, I'm excited to do your paint night tomorrow. I'm trying to get more family to head over and make it paint night together. I'm super excited about Paint with Garibaldi, me, tomorrow evening, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And the Paint With program, we just started it 2 weeks ago. This is my second one, and I'm gonna lead you step by step how to bring this painting to life. Tomorrow's will be inspired also by 9/11. It'll be the cityscape with the Statue of Liberty. Don't worry, I'm gonna walk you through it. I'm gonna be your creative coach, helping you build your creative confidence. So I got you covered. And let's go back to the chat. My mom, as always. Hi David, love you as well. Slime Queen watching on Twitch. Slime Queen is like my #1 Twitch supporter. Like no one else, I think she may be the only one on Twitch watching this. So Slime Queen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, thank you for watching this on Twitch. I appreciate it. Also, Diana Flores. Let's see, so last time I saw you was at a benefit at Pacific Bowl. That was awesome, thank you. Crystal is new. Crystal is new, boo. Welcome. Let's see, so Rah Mac, yes. Talking about Francis joining for the virtual paint night happening tomorrow. If you're watching this, there's a link in my bio, garibaldiarts.com/paint to get more info on how to register. Let's see, yeah, Frank, get it done. Yes, we're gonna get it done today. I've got one painting for you coming up, but right now, before we get started, just let me know where you're tuning in from around the world. I have some devices over here. We're also live on Instagram and TikTok as well, so I'm gonna check in with them. Let me know where you're tuning in from. We're in Sacramento, California, and I'm gonna go over here. I don't know what flag that is, a bunch of flags popping up. It's so far away, sometimes it's hard to read all these, but I see the American flag. I think it's a Swedish flag, or it's Argentina. I don't know, I need to brush up on my flags. I see South Wales, North Wales. I see South and North Wales in the same comments. I don't know, you guys need to check that out. Frank Bogan tuning in from SAC 916, welcome. And also Abe Snowbar as well said, everybody sign up for the virtual paint night. He did it, and actually what's cool about the virtual paint night is you can send in your pics and I'm throwing them on the screen for everyone to see your progress, and I can comment on it, I can unmute you, talk to you. And also, if you're watching over here, this is what the virtual paint night looks like. It's on Zoom, but like we use this same production to present it. So I'm super excited about that. And we've got some more people checking in. Crystal from Stockton, California, welcome to you. De Guzman, Aaron De Guzman, hi from San Mateo, welcome to you. Dylan, a lot of Sacktown love today. We're also in Sacktown. Jody, watching from Hollywood, Florida. Thank you for watching. You're watching on YouTube. Thank you for watching there. Apple Tree Dude, hello to you. Let's see, Lee, Jay, Wallen. Hey David, big fan from the UK. Thank you for the love, I appreciate it. Steve Metal Senior. I love the senior on the end, that sounds very official. Chicago, Illinois. Thank you for checking in with us. So it's Friday, it's September 11th. We're gonna create one painting in just a little bit to honor those that we forgot but will never forget from 9/11 that happened 20 years ago, and it just it changed our world forever. And I would love for you to just share your thoughts as I'm creating it, and also I'll be answering your questions as well. So real quick, some housekeeping. Instagram and TikTok, thanks for joining on the devices, but to watch this with a better quality, go to the link in my bio. If you're watching over here, just stay tuned, get comfortable, turn up the sound, let's paint. right, welcome back everybody. This is Art Life Live. I'm going to create one painting for you today, but while I'm painting, feel free to ask your questions down below in the chat. Share what's on your mind. Maybe you see some other people in the chat, you want to comment to them, talk to each other. This is a safe place where we all want to build our creative confidence. And just real quick, before I get painting, I want to check out the chat below. And so Dylan Newberry said, can I buy a painting? You can definitely buy one. You can check out what's available or still available at garibaldiarts.com/gallery. And Steve Medell said, love the paintings you made at the KISS show here last time. You're in Chicago. And yes, I think I did. I know for sure one of them was Elton John, and I did it upside down. So I don't know if you remember that, but I remember. Let's see, Amanda Bradford, get it, let's paint. And all right, so let's get into this painting. If you're watching on TikTok and Instagram, go to the link in my bio. I will also announce my 3 winners from my Instagram giveaway. We had some new face masks we'll share after this painting, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, let's get to it. All right, I gotta pick a brush. It's always hard to pick the first brush. I'm like, which one is up for the battle for this? All right. Let's paint. So I'm going to start with just blocking in some of the image in the backgrounds. Now because this is inspired by 9/11, I'm going to take my time a little bit. I really want this to read. You know, sometimes when I do these paintings, I don't always know how well it's going to go. So I do my best to, bring it to life the best that I can. But because this is a newer painting, I've never done it at least this size, I'm also learning as I go. So I really want you to remember that part of this process, which I'm going to talk to you quite a bit, part of this process is I'm learning in front of you, but I won't stop even if I make a mistake. And I want to encourage you that even during your painting process, that I just want you to keep going. And I want you to save those mental notes for later when you're creating again, but don't ever let it stop you from finishing your piece, to learn from it. There's so much to learn from everything that we do, whether it works out or whether it's a mistake, who knows? So I'm just blocking in some buildings in the back. Let's do something real quick. I know that many of you that come back and watch these time and time again, just let me know if you are back or if this is your first time watching the live stream. Say first time or been here before, whatever you want. All right, let's get this actually. I'm gonna mix in some yellow with that purple. So there's gonna be a lot of different layers that go in with this one. Again, I've never done it before, so I'm just learning in front of you. Feel free to ask questions down below in the chat and I will do my best to answer them. But as you're typing your questions or your comments, I just want to reflect right now. I remember waking up in the morning, being woken up, someone called me and they were just like, turn on the news. It was September 11th and it was in the morning. And I just couldn't believe my eyes when I turned the TV on. It literally felt like we were watching a movie. And then you just kind of realize in the moment that, that life will never be the same after this. So, and I think there was the initial shock, and then it was, what's gonna happen next? And the fear of not really knowing what was gonna happen after that. So that was part of it. But You know, if you don't have a question, maybe let me know your thoughts or send some love to families that were affected by this. Maybe you know someone that was affected. You can talk about them down below in the chat as well. So sometimes these things look like just a mess of color. At least for a little bit. And also, we will bring you up closer later on as well to show you all the details. So I put Ray up to the task of choosing my winners for my Instagram giveaway, again, because I'm gonna tag him so you guys can go harass him if you didn't win. But stay tuned for that. We're gonna announce our winners after this live stream. Actually, after this painting is when we'll announce them. You know, one thing I miss is painting live, like having that real-time interaction with an audience. I mean, I love being home, but I definitely miss that interaction that you can only really experience at a live show. So Ray, are there any questions in the chat? No? Maybe you can check Instagram as well. Okay, all right. Well, let me explain this process real quick. Most of these paintings, I try to move from the background and move forward. And so since I don't know if you can tell already, but there is definitely a sky that I'm creating. And I'm gonna start with this before we move into any of the figures in the foreground. But with these skies, it's really just this mixture of different colors and just recalling sunsets, however I can recall them in my mind. All right, so someone just asked in the chat, when did I start painting? And I started painting professionally when I was 20 years old. And then from there, I think before that, I probably really started painting, doing graffiti when I was in middle school, high school. But most of it was learned, you know, while I was just getting started. I was like, you know, hit the ground running and started teaching myself these techniques. But also, I should go to show you that don't think that you need to be a master at something to pursue it. You just need to be the best student at something to pursue it. Because you can always learn how to get better, but you can't really, you know, learn how to just build your curiosity. You just have to be curious, and that's gonna lead you through so many different parts of life. Okay, so someone was just asking where to purchase brushes, and I buy my brushes. I actually off Amazon. So there's a link in my bio that says Amazon Art Supplies. Go to that link and then you'll see some brushes. They look just like this, but just not with paint on them. So you can check those out there. I'm gonna add some black. You can see this sort of fading into the sky up here.
What time in Eastern time is tomorrow's paint with session?
So it's 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, my paint with session, which means it's 8 p.m. East Coast time. All right, let's add. I'm just gonna mist a little bit of this yellow over the surface before we move on to the next step. This has a little bit of a fluorescent tint to it, so it will glow just a little bit once you see it up close. All right, get rid of that. Let's start moving into the sky. I'm gonna mix this on the wall. You can see the wall has been used as a palette for quite a while. So I'm just gonna block in this initial area where I'm gonna start adding the glow of the buildings. This beam of light shining all the way up to the sky. Let's ditch those. Check below in the chat. So yes, Joan is catching on. I did a smaller version of this. And I posted it today on my Instagram. Just wanted to do a live version of this. I'm gonna mix that color on the wall. We're gonna start at the bottom. Just pull that up into the sky. Using the texture of the wet paint to still give it that effect. And I'll just go lighter and lighter, closer to the light source, but I want it to be a complete beam of light. I'm gonna move over to this brush. So I really still want that. We'll show you this up closer later on, but I want that color in the background to still shine through. I'm just gonna sharpen that edge. All right, let's go ahead and get some. I'm just gonna mist this white. Now I'm gonna paint over this part in just a little bit, but now tomorrow with the Paint With program, they're gonna be much smaller paintings, but I'm gonna walk you through step by step. And we won't be using spray paint, so don't worry. I'm gonna shake this up a little bit more. There we go. So we're gonna move on to the next layer. And we're gonna go darker. We're gonna go with a darker purple for this next part. Again, imagining us just building forward. Pull that down. Go over one more time. Yeah, so someone just asked, how does the spray paint interact with the acrylic paint? And it really just, you know, it works pretty well. I mean, there's not really anything bad that happens. I'm using it for this particular technique to just mist over my buildings. But I use a lot of spray paint sometimes when I'm doing these type of paintings. So I'm just gonna fill this in, connect all of this. So even though we added the layers of the mist earlier, we're now cutting into those to make these clean lines. So now it creates distance. We've now established that there's an object in front of it now. So leave that there. We'll just keep moving over here, continue this skyline. So someone asked, do the paint fumes bother me? No, not at all. Actually, I mean, it's not a pleasant smell, but I deal with it because it's just part of what I do. I also don't use a lot of spray paint, so I'm not like inhaling it all day long. It is definitely time to time though. All right, I'm gonna come back with, let me get some yellow, mix it with this purple. Just to lighten up this layer. Go get some more yellow. So I'm gonna leave that there for now. I'm gonna go back with a smaller brush to add some details to the windows. So let me mix that on the wall. Just want to give a little bit of an indication that there are windows on. The night is setting in. All right, I'm gonna leave that right there. And let's continue this color up the side. Right up here. Oh, for sure. So someone just asked, is it easier to paint something this size or something smaller? I mean, this is definitely an easier size for me because I can move quicker. It's harder to move quick when you're creating smaller images, but I also am putting my body into the movements, and that helps me create it at a faster pace. But I've always just in general enjoyed creating larger scale images. All right, let me ditch these. Let me get this black. I'm gonna create some like a silhouette down here. Maybe there's a tree, feeling very Bob Ross. A tree living down here. Again, I'm just using the wet paint as a, to my advantage right now. I can still manipulate it and even blend it in with the paint that I'm putting on. So leave that there. And again, these are all just, these layers of paint are just illusions. It's giving you the thought that there's an object there. I'm gonna leave that right there. All right, so I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna come down here and read some of the comments down below in the chat. So yeah, someone asked earlier, do the fumes bother me? Not really, because I don't smell them all the time, but just when I use them, yes, it does. It's not a pleasant smell. Sayafi said, I'm back. Welcome back, Sayafi. You're watching this on YouTube, and I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. And so Jaman Bullock said, shout out to Jaman, by the way, said, how long have you been painting with both hands? And I've been painting with both hands since I was 20 years old. So I don't know, Denny Dent, who started this style of painting, he used both of his hands. He was ambidextrous. And when I realized I had to create these paintings in such a short amount of time, I thought I was wasting a perfectly good hand to paint with. So I just started teaching myself how to do that. So, all right, you guys see the silhouette coming in. We're gonna start moving forward and adding some detail. All right, let me dry these brushes off up here. I'm trying to mix up this green with a purple, just to tone down the green actually, not because of any other reason, but we're just gonna start at the top and work our way down. And we'll add, again, more details later as we go. We'll add more highlights, but you don't need much to say a lot. So I'm gonna add a little bit more green to this. You'll notice though, that when I do more detailed work, I use mostly my right hand because I'm just more confident with it. When I'm really moving quick, I throw in the other hand as well. And then also right now, I'm just really being loose with my movements. It's almost like a controlled scribble as I scribble them in. Just giving slight indications of the figure that is there. That is the Statue of Liberty. So someone just asked, do I have any favorite acrylic paints? And yes, I do. I love the Arteza is an acrylic paint. I love the Arteza paints just because they come in different thicknesses and bodies. So if you get a chance, go check out Arteza acrylic paints. Some other ones, these particular ones are latex paint, but I'm using Bare Ultra Premium paint for these right now. All right, let's keep going. And again, mix in some of that, just a little light purple into the green to tone it down a little bit. And also I'm gonna come back and add a highlight and some more details around this later on. But right now I just wanna block in this image. You know, I'm gonna get some brushes from over here. I just feel like these brushes don't have a fine enough tip for me, so it helps having my art table nearby. But you can see I just grabbed these, just a little bit more fine tip to these. Again, these are not expensive brushes at all. These are, I mean, I think these packs maybe cost $10 or less. All right, this is gonna allow me to get just some finer lines on this. And I'm really using, again, the silhouette too to my advantage because I'm using the light source from this side just to give an indication that there is this object in this shape here. And I let you, the viewer, fill in the rest with your imagination. These are the little details. This is why smaller paintings take longer, because there's just time and details you gotta put into them. But it's all right. Whatever helps your process. All right. I just wanna give the impression of this figure. Let's go back. I'm gonna add a little bit of white to this green just to give it a better highlight. All right. Let's keep this moving along. I'm going to tone down this gray just a little bit with this dark blue. All right. And actually I'm gonna grab, let's get another clean brush for this. I wanna put a rim of light around the Statue of Liberty, get some light coming from that direction, and also just to define it and separate it from the background. So I'm gonna get some yellow, some white. Let's mix that on the wall. There we go, nice and bright. And then let's add these lines to the outside. Now I'm actually gonna teach this tomorrow in a much smaller version and scale, but you're gonna learn this step by step on how to create this. put some highlights down below. You know what, let's add some highlights over here. Just using like the really small edge of my brush. It's almost like sketching these highlights. Mostly prominent characteristics that I want to stand out. Now I'm gonna go back on the other side and add a little bit more shadow. Again, this is, the process is very different than portraits because of the subject, and it calls for different techniques, and I would normally just whip through a portrait. Well, you know, this is why we do these, to learn, to grow. Add some more details in those trees down below. All right, my favorite part. Let's get some paint on our hands. Maybe these become stars in the sky. Let's get a little bit of green. And we're gonna bring you up close to see this in just a little bit when I'm done. All right, I'm just looking back at what colors I want to throw at this thing. And you know what? I feel like it needs some paint. So these lines that I add with my hand, these are, again, things that I just fill this part out. There's not really any plan to it. All right, let's come on in for one last handprint. Let me move that. There we go. All right, take one last look at this painting, just honoring those who we lost but we'll never forget 20 years ago on September 11th. Today, and as always and every day, we honor you. Take one last look, and then we'll have a chat and announce some winners after this. So just go ahead and show them the details of it up close. You can move it around so they can see really close the details. So take one last look. Look all around from the bottom to the top. And again, if you're watching this on Instagram and TikTok right now, go to the link in my bio. You can see the details up close. So today, as we're honoring September 11th, there's nothing that I want to ask for. There's nothing that I'm not going to say, share this video. I just ask that you would, on your platform, show some love to those that we lost in any way that you can to honor them. And that's all that I ask for today. I appreciate you guys joining us for this Art Life Live. So take one last look, and we'll pull out now. And then we'll go back to our center cam. So take a look, Lady Liberty looking up over the city, those endless beams shining into the sky. Today on September 11th, we honor you. Let's go. Yeah, just take one last look right there at the Lady Liberty with the beams in the background. Again, it's today, September 11th. We honor and we will never forget you. You know, it's hard to transition from that, but I do want to transition to some on a lighter note. We did a giveaway on my Instagram for these, I'm grabbing them right now, for these 4 face mask designs, a new collection that I just came out with. Actually, we just released it yesterday pre-sale. So these guys right here, there's different designs. And if they're not sold out, they're almost sold out now, but they are still available. So if you are, so actually before we announce our winners, let me tell you this, that these are in my bio. If you go to the link in my bio to see these masks, there's still, some of them are still available. But I wanna give away a pack of 4 to 3 people. So I have 3 winners, and let's do this. Let's announce my first winner right now on Instagram as well. So this is, I picked this winner from Instagram. So at Shell_Belina. So you're my first winner. All right. So at Shell_Belina, and I'll DM you to get your details so we can ship you this. My second winner right now, we're gonna announce it. We're gonna throw it on the screen. Is that their @ name? No. Okay. We'll find their @ name. All right. So the second winner is Sierra Nicole Eads. So that's my second winner. We're throwing it on the screen. And let's get my third winner. Drum roll, please. That third winner is Eric Ray Ortega. So this is how my winners won. When we posted that post on my Instagram showing the masks, I asked for 3 things. Follow me, tag 2 people, and enter as many times as you can. Those 3 people, and also I did not choose them. Ray chose them. So if he didn't choose you, go after him. But congrats to my winners. I'm gonna DM you, and we'll get all the details for your shipping info, and we'll get those out either today or tomorrow. Either way, thank you all so much for just joining this Art Life Live session. Again, September 11th, honoring those that we lost but we'll never forget. So before we sign off, take one last look at Lady Liberty with those beams of light in the background. And thank you all. We will see you again for the next live stream is next Thursday. I go live every Thursday and Friday. In the meantime, follow my Instagram at Garibaldi Arts for daily updates on my story, different posts. And then tomorrow, if you're joining us for the Paint with Garibaldi session, I will see you tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. on the East Coast. Let's do this. Hey, Dylan, you're asking about the painting. Visit garibaldiarts.com/gallery for info about the painting. All right, guys, thank you so much. Peace.